My name is Dean Hill. I'm the Vice President of Business Development with startup company LivingCanopies, which was co-founded in 2015 by Dr. David Tilley, a professor at the University of Maryland. And what we do at LivingCanopies is we fuse nature-based solutions with smart technology to create cool, sustainable, and equitable spaces for people to enjoy the outdoors. LivingCanopies' first product introduction was the Living Umbrella, a nature-based solution to the ordinary patio umbrella. With the Living Umbrella, we established IP with a patent for the self-controlled solar-powered irrigation system. We successfully raised funds, and we garnered sales until COVID hit. During the pandemic shutdown, LivingCanopies evaluated our market position to see if the IP could be used for a larger social impact. And we also made two key trending observations. The first was that it's hot. Extreme heat events and heat waves, which kill more than 1,000 people each year, are expected to become more common, more severe, and longer lasting as our climate changes. The other observation was that mobility and technology are really having a moment. There are so many mobility options today, and a lot of it is due to the incorporation of technology. Unfortunately, our current public transportation does not reflect this influx of technology. There are 500,000 bus stops throughout the United States, but there are only 100,000 bus shelters, and that is a lot of people exposed to extreme heat. It's also an equity issue with the current transportation model, since low-income census blocks have 15.2% less tree cover and an average land surface temperature that is 3 degrees hotter than high-income blocks. The convergence of these observations is also evident in our recent discovery with mayors and other city officials that are looking for sustainable alternatives to increase access to mobility, sustainability, and equity in their jurisdictions. Next slide, please. The bigger problem is that there are very few, if any, nature-based solutions where the benefits and power of nature can be added to the solution until now. Introducing the Cool Green Shelter, where nature plus smart technology plus product equal enhanced mobility options. The Cool Green Shelters have 300 watts of solar power, 100-gallon rainwater storage, and of course, nature in the form of the green roof. The value proposition is that riders are protected from the elements and are able to safely charge devices while waiting for mobility options. The market starts with filling that demand gap of 400,000 shelters, and along with the combined TAMs of advertising and ESG marketing, LivingCanopies believes that this is a market ripe for disruption. The revenue model is based on shelter sales with a 30% margin on the initial sale and multiple lines of recurring revenue after the sale, which include out-of-home advertising, ESG sponsorships, stormwater credits in Maryland and other states, and ongoing maintenance service contracts for the shelters. Here's how we scale up sales, and we need to sell approximately 112 shelters to hit the $1 million in gross sales, and that is without any recurring revenue contracts. It's also important to note that we intend to provide manufacturing jobs in Maryland and the DC area. LivingCanopies has identified 4 market segments and have gained traction in 2 of the markets already. We have also formed a strategic partnership with Beep, an autonomous vehicle service provider that has a North American presence, and the Cool Green Shelters are included in their RFPs. Did I mention that we have sales? We are finalizing the sale of 10 shelters to the city of Hyattsville, Maryland, which will be deployed in the fall of 2023. The Hyattsville sale will also include a multi-year maintenance contract, and LivingCanopies has active proposals with Beep, Tavistock Development, Babcock Ranch Development, and Peachtree Corners, Georgia at their Curiosity Lab. The Babcock Ranch proposal in partnership with Beep is for 4 shelters and is expected to be deployed in November. The bus shelter market is very competitive, but there are very few options that have fused nature with technology in a product offering. The LivingCanopies go-to-market strategy has identified municipalities as our main market segment with the niche market of smart, sustainable cities. This niche market is well-funded and has little competition as far as nature-based solutions are concerned. We will utilize inbound and outbound content marketing as our main channel at launch, and our sales model will consist of a combination of inside sales and independent manufacturing reps that will cover larger markets. The interest in the Hyattsville deployment is already making headlines, and since the running of these 2 stories in April, LivingCanopies is in direct contact with 5 additional municipalities and has been invited to present to the National Capital Region Transportation Board next week. The Cool Green Shelters will also be featured in an upcoming segment on Tomorrow's Technology Today on WBZ News Radio in Boston, and a feature-length segment on Voice of America. Our outbound marketing will kick off this month as well, as LivingCanopies will be exhibiting at the Maryland Municipal League Conference in Ocean City, and Sustainable Maryland is allowing certifying municipalities 5 additional credit points for using the Cool Green Shelter on their projects. While we have strong traction with our Generation 1 model of the Cool Green Shelters, LivingCanopies is excited to expand its value to the neighborhood as we develop it into a node of amenities that includes multi-mobility support, internet communication and connectivity with 5G small cell, air quality monitoring, and off-grid capabilities. At LivingCanopies, we like to call these green oases. And this is a concept that we have been working on with Tavistock Development here in Florida, and is based upon their vision for a community recovery zone. Our green shelters have a positive environmental and social impact. They conserve water, produce solar electricity, cool the microclimate, increase ridership, and reduce carbon emissions. With our 5-year goal of having 1,600 shelters in the market, these impacts will be significant. Quantifying and verifying this environmental data will be critical in the development of additional intellectual property. LivingCanopies has assembled a diverse, experienced team, and the support staff have been very, very instrumental in the development of the product and marketing collateral. LivingCanopies is asking for $1 million so that we can continue to develop IP, invest in marketing in the website, add key staff, develop internal processes for project management, and value engineer our fabrication. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to your questions.